Except I believe the actor was the madam.
Yeah, I was, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Give me a few minutes and I'll tell you how that's supposed to go in random order.
Okay.
You mean that's a royal madam?
Well, I don't know if it would be a royal madam, but I guess anybody with a little imagination could probably put all that into a random order that would be quite comical.
Oh.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it comical, though, because, well, if you really think about the situation of today, it isn't so comical.
Sure it is. Fun's on them and they don't know it yet.
Well, I know. I was thinking about that latest ridiculous idea out of Obama to have an assassination czar. And I thought, oh, please, give the people that power.
He's hiring his own?
Yeah.
That's a new concept.
He appointed an assassination czar.
I'm going to give you some inside info.
He's calling it something else, but this person has the sole responsibility of deciding who should be attacked by a drone.
Interesting.
Would you like some inside info on that?
Yes,
no, I did not apply for the job.
Yeah, go ahead, Drake.
I heard some interesting stuff about that. I heard that the czar was now targeted.
Well, good.
Nobody said who or how, so he can wonder.
Well, I think
anybody that does his laundry has itching powder. We will pay a premium for that.
Well, I mean, with the technology that we have today, those drones are run by remote control. And could we not develop a remote control to play back with them?
Of course.
Well, then
what do you think happened in Iran?
Let's look into that.
What do you think happened in Iran?
That's exactly what we need. All the people need a remote control.
Well,
no, not the way they drive, you don't. No.
It can't get much worse than Eastman. I'm telling you. People here drive just like they do in Costa Rica.
You need to visit Florida during rush hour or be on the 5 during rush hour in California, one or the other.
Oh, it's nuts. Everybody,
get injured.
They don't understand right-of-way at all. They just...
Tell that 18-wheeler.
They just go. If you get 4 cars at an intersection, they just go. They don't wait for anybody, and then everybody's in the middle, honking at each other.
That sounds like Houston.
Sounds like a honky to me.
They missed 101 in driving school on who has the right-of-way.
I don't like driving in any of the big cities, any of them. That's why I moved way out here.
Now, this is a teeny tiny town, but they drive like that anyway. You get a little used to it after a while. The only difference in Costa Rica, drinking and driving is legal. Now, the law is you can have open and containers. You can have a party in your car if you want, but the driver can only have 3 beers. Now,
I heard a bunch of politicians did that anyway. Right here.
It's my contention that, it doesn't say 3 12-ounce beers. It just says 3 beers, So you could have 3 Miller Ice quarts, and the driver's got a problem.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, but, the interesting
we
part
have that in a lot of places, though, Terry, you know that?
What?
You're talking about the open container laws, drinking and driving?
Yeah.
Most of the states within the union have that. You can do that here in Florida. You can crack open a beer, put it up on your dashboard, wave at a cop when you go by. It ain't going to bother you. The law is you cannot drive while drunk. Okay? You can drive while it's open. Now you have states in the tri-state area, though, especially like New Jersey and that, they not only have an open container law, a lot of people do not understand, they have drinking while driving. Right? That drinking while driving law includes a cup of coffee, a soda. It doesn't matter. Both hands are supposed to be on the wheel unless you have a manual transmission. The law has been on the books forever. They just keep adding to it because people do not get it, whether it's a cell phone use, whether it's your cup of coffee, whatever it is, people are not getting it, so they keep adding to it so people will start waking up. The laws have been there forever. People just don't obey them. This is why the old saying goes, every person who walks out their house, usually, especially if they're going to be driving in a car, will break about 150 different statute laws within the first 30 to 45 minutes they have left their house. Because it's impossible to know them all. There's millions of laws on the books, and it varies from state to state, country to country.
And yet, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Exactly, it's not. It's not because it's all public information. As long as it's printed and it's available for the public to see, this is why the law can be claimed. Ignorance of the law is no excuse because it's there. If you chose not to read it, it's not our fault. Okay, that's how they get you. And everything we do is contract. And the contract...
We could protest that.
Well, you can protest. Well,
everybody take their plates off their vehicles and drive around one day.
I do that now.
Well, yeah, I think a national no plate, no license day is in order.
Right, exactly.
That would really drive them nuts. Who would they pull over first?
There you go. But the big thing we have a problem with, and it comes up in the chat all the time, the simplicity of it is contracts. We deal with contracts day in, day out. Every time you sign anything, it becomes a contract. And the contract supersedes all written law. And that's the part people, for some reason, are not grasping. The contract supersedes all written law.
Does UCC 1-308 have anything to do with that?
I'm sorry?
Does UCC 1-308 have anything to do with that?
No, not at all. UCC is a uniform commercial code.
I understand that. It deals with contracts, don't it?
Well, everything we do deals with contract. You have checking account.
Well, if my rights are preserved through that UCC 1-308, then I got the right to be non-contractual if it states so elsewhere in a superseding law, doesn't it?
Yes, provided that there's no existing contract that has not been relinquished or voided out, if you will.
Okay. I'm just curious because I heard that.
Right. Okay, that can reserve your right. However, you can contract those rights away, and that's what we've done. Okay, we have contracted our rights away.
You mean somebody done snuck up and did it to us when we wasn't looking?
You got it.
Boy. Hey, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody call in who is very jealous that we're over here having all this fun, and she was not included. Well, we have her here with us now, and I'd like to welcome Grammy J to the Freedom Reigns Block Party.
Oh, yeehaw, Grammy.
All right, Grammy J.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Grammy J.
I know you're going to bang on those pots and pans.
It took Yatra until just now to see me.
Honey,
we were all having too much fun.
I've been taking callers here. That's why I didn't see. I'm just going down the list.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
All right, I'll forgive you then.
We actually Cindy with us too tonight. Their mics are live as well.
Barkley just sent me a really interesting email I'd like to share in regard to the Pots and Pans Brigade. He sent me a little history. Watching the crowds in Iceland banging pots and pans until their government fell reminded me of a chant popular in anti-capitalist circles back in 2002. You are Enron, we are Argentina. And I should have remembered this because my friend lives in Argentina. Its message was simple enough. You, politicians and CEOs, huddled at some trade summit. We are like the reckless scamming execs at Enron. Of course, we didn't know the half of it. We, the rabble outside, are like the people of Argentina, who in the midst of an economic crisis eerily similar to our own, took to the street, banging pots and pans. They shouted, "Que se vean todos," all of them must go, and forced out a procession of 4 presidents in less than 3 weeks. What made Argentina's 2001-2002 uprising unique was that it wasn't directed at a particular political party or even at corruption in the abstract. The target was the dominant economic model. This was the first national revolt against contemporary deregulated capitalism. The stoic Icelandic matriarchs beating their pots flat even as their kids ransacked the fridge for projectiles, eggs, sure, but yogurt, echoed the tactics made famous in Buenos Aires.
Wow.
Very good. And in Montreal, they did it there as well. Let's see, where else? I know it was done in Nicaragua.
Well, I know one thing you could have fun with, and that'd be National Girlfriend-Boyfriend Day, where they all call the media and tell who they've been hanging out with.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting.
I be a terrorist, and I intend to live up to the name.
Well, how about this? How about if we have a National Little Black Book Day, whereas all the ladies of the evening publish the contents?
Oh,
that'd just got the other one.
We had a situation like that a few years back. Heidi Fleiss was her name?
Yeah, Heidi. Fleiss.
Have Heidi Fleiss Day.
Yeah, I like it. Since those ladies have to pay taxes, they certainly have a right to be heard from, do they not?
Amen.
They call that constituency.
Yeah.
Here, constituent.
No, it's spelled constituency.
Oh.
Did I say that? Oh, I'm going to hell.
You did, Terry. You did say that. I don't believe you said it, but you did.
Hey,
oh my God.
If you want to freak out a politician, just set off a flashbulb when they least expect it. Especially around bedrooms, motel rooms, things like that. Late nights at the orifice.
Back seat in the limo.
All kind of fun things.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Terry, I heard that you had a exciting day at the water park yesterday.
Well, I did. It was really awesome until my daughter and I went down one of the very large water slides on a dual mat, and I made the mistake of riding the front, which was dumb because I already rode it by myself once, and I knew at the bottom of that, when it delivers you onto the water, it flips you. And I was on the front, and when it flipped us, she came down on me, shoved me to the bottom, and my back hit the bottom of the pool.
Ooh.
And then in her haste to get off of me, she kicked me in the head.
Terry.
I came up kind of seeing stars. But
And
it
you
was a
loved
lot
every
of fun.
minute of it.
I did. We had a wonderful time, and for those folks in Georgia, I will say I've been to a lot of water parks, and that one, it's called Splash in the Borough. It's in Statesboro, and it by far has the best areas for the younger children of any of the water parks I've ever been to. My 3-year-old granddaughter went with us, and when she discovered a bunch of water slides that were just her size, we had no problem making that child happy the rest of the day. It was just awesome. I'm very tired today.
And happy birthday.